Ace Deuce Buckeye. You know me. Now, here for my offensive preview. As I've done each unit individually, I will preview the entire offense, the offensive unit as a whole this time, alright? Let's start with the quarterbacks. I expect to have a great season, okay? Going to get the job done, going to be the leaders. Todd Beckman going to lead the offense. He's going to have a great season. And obviously, running back position. You got Chris Beanie Wells. Oh, yes. Heisman winner 2008, baby. It's going to happen, okay? Mark my words. Now, I expect this offensive unit as a whole to lead the Big Ten in yardage, to lead the Big Ten in time of possession, to lead the Big Ten in total points. Yes. Setting the bar high. And I'm sure those are their goals too. I expect the offensive unit to have a great season. The offensive line is going to be studly. They're going to be blocking for stars all over the place. Robo, BH, Brian Hartline, Ray Small, Torian Washington, Chris Wells, Brandon Sain, Todd Beckman, and of course Terrell Pryor. So, this unit is going to be great, okay? I expect the running back unit to produce over 2,500 yards rushing this season. Chris Wells to get 2,000 himself. The Brandon Sain and Maurice Wells to get at least 500 yards combined. Now, this pony formation, I am so excited to see what it's going to be like. I don't expect to see it in the first two games. Why would they waste their new formation versus Youngstown State or versus Ohio University? No, they're not going to bring it out and blow it. They're going to bring it out in the USC game, and they're not going to give USC any tape to look at, any tape to study. They're going to surprise them with this pony attack. They know about the pony attack. They know it's going to be there. They don't know what it's going to entail. Now, what I've heard is it's going to focus on short passes, quick short passes, and also that obviously that plays to Brandon Sain's talent. He's a great receiver out of the backfield, so that's good. Got to use your talent. Got to play the style of offense that you can play, and you got to play to your players' ability. So that's what Ohio State's doing. That's why they put in the pony offense. Like I said, 2,500 yards and at least 25 touchdowns for this Buckeye unit running backs. Beckman, I expect him to have a great season. I expect him to pass for over 20 touchdowns and under 10 interceptions. If I had to pinpoint numbers, I'd say about 23 touchdowns and we'll say 7 interceptions. Just putting it out there. I'm not going to don't mark my words on that. I'm just making a prediction to make a prediction, all right? But like I said, over 20 touchdowns and under 10 interceptions. Hopefully you can stick to that. Pryor, when I expect him to come in, I expect him to totally change the offense, to disrupt defenses, and just annoy defensive coordinators. He will give defensive coordinators fits. He will give them gray hair. He will annoy the crap out of every team he plays, okay? He will come in. He will be a game changer. He will be a playmaker. He will make the kind of plays that will make you say, wow, it's going to be great. I can't wait to see what this guy can do on the field, not just on YouTube videos. I want to see what he can do in scarlet and gray. I expect him to have a decent number of touchdowns. I'd say throughout the course of the season, he's probably going to have about 3 or 4 passing touchdowns and maybe 8 or 9 rushing touchdowns. I expect him to have at least 500 yards rushing the ball and at least 500 passing the ball, okay? So, out of the total rushing yards, I expect over 3,000 yards. 2,500 by the running backs, 2,000 by Chris Wells, combined 500 from Wells and Sain, and also 500 for Pryor. Added up, get smart, that's 3,000 yards, okay? Now, the offensive line, I expect them to have a great season. I expect them to give up no more than 20 sacks throughout the course of the season. I could see 20 happening, but I don't see any more than 20 sacks given up by this tremendous offensive line. Anyway, offensive goals. Like I said, lead the Big Ten in offensive yardage. Lead the Big Ten in touchdowns. Lead the Big Ten in points. Lead the Big Ten in yardage, okay? I also expect them to lead to be in the top 10 in all those categories because this offense is too good to just sit around and not get that kind of production. Now, I expect Beckman to once again be first team All Big Ten. Obviously, Chris Wells will be first team All Big Ten. That's just the way it's going to be, okay? He will be first team All Big Ten. I expect him to be first team All American and win the Heisman Trophy. I expect Brandon Sane to be second team All Big Ten. And wide receivers, I expect Brian Robisky to be first team All Big Ten and Brian Hartline second team All Big Ten. I believe Chris Wells will bring home the Maxwell Award and the Doak Walker Award as well. So, that's my offensive preview for the year, the 2008 Ohio State offense. I will have all your defensive unit previews coming up later, and also your defensive unit as a whole preview, and then, of course, the preview for the entire Buckeye team. The 2008 preview coming within the week. We're 7 days away from football, guys. I cannot wait. I'll see y'all later. Ace Deuce Buckeye. I'm out for now.